Alright, I managed to get my Where Did Dead Go to Die review all set. Now we just need to see what I'll work on for November. No. Saving that for February. Gonna do a Nickelodeon month with that. What is this? Let's just see what good old Guestsheaux's got for me today. Wait, what the? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. What have I gotten myself into? For this month's session of Guestsheaux, I was initially going to be doing one thing, but that isn't really enough now, is it? So, in the spirit of torturing myself, I decided to review all of Video Brinquedo. Now, Video Brinquedo was founded back in 1994, and over the years, this company has ripped off various companies, like DreamWorks, Pixar, and even Disney. Various people on YouTube, such as Guestsheaux and Phaelus, have reviewed this company, and it is deemed the worst one in history. Animat and Guestsheaux stated that they didn't care about their animation. I Hate Everything and Phantom Strider stated that they only care about making money. Even Anime Ball reviewed one of their works. Heck, The Amazing World of Gumball made a reference/insult to the company.
Okay, you asked for it.
They even have their own YouTube channel too. Wow, they must really want to stay alive, don't they? Now, what can I say about this company that hasn't been already said online? I have no fucking clue. All I can say is that they are horrible. That's really all I can say about them. All I know is that they have made lots of knockoff films, like The Little Cars, Ratatouille, Little Bees, The Little Panda Fighter, Little Princess School, and many more. Now, I have found this on various sites. What else I found shows just how bad this company is. A comment from the Portland Mercury, Eric Hendrickson, also called Video Brinquedo the laziest, cheapest movie studio of all time, due to similarities between its releases and the films of other studios, such as Pixar. Disney's legal department was contacted by another reporter about this company. It most likely ended up with Brinquedo getting sued due to ripping off various films made by Disney and Pixar. Let's start off with their animation. It is the worst I have ever seen. The worst I have ever seen. You might argue with that stuff like Food Fight and Where Did Dead Go to Die is bad, and I can respect that. However, while they're bad in their own merits, Brinquedo and Dingo Pictures managed to make them look like good quality films. You can clearly see that they are poorly modeled, and it really shows. Parts of the model tend to pinch together and even clip through one another. When they move, they either stay still as statues when they talk, or even have the most robotic movement in animation. The facial animation isn't even good either, as they end up looking like they're glitching up whenever they are moving. Sometimes they even clip through one another, revealing other parts of the body, which aren't usually exposed. As I mentioned in my Alpha and Omega review, there are groups of people who work on the animation. I can only think that the teams never really cared about the quality and only care about the money, which is really disgusting to think of. Yes, money is needed, but having that being the driving force isn't a good idea. Take a look at Walt Disney. He stated that he never made movies to make money, he only made money to make movies. Now, when talking about the story elements of each film, there is something you might want to know about. Each film they made is a simple cash grab. So you might see some elements that were used from other films, such as Monsters vs. Aliens, Up, Ratatouille, Cars, Robots, and even Kung Fu Panda. With that being said, you can see some elements that were used in their movies that make them come off as lazy. And yes, Brinquedo was that lazy, was that careless, and they were downright cynical about it. And yes, was, not is, as during the production of this review, I found out that they went bankrupt and went the way of other cheap animated knockoff companies. Most likely due to Disney, Pixar, and DreamWorks suing them for everything they were worth. As for voice acting, it doesn't help the films either. Half of the time, they constantly spell out the plot, say things that don't make any sense, and end up being generally pointless.
Oh, I must say that smells delicious.
Did you have any doubts, sir?
There's no doubt about that here. Their food is always guaranteed to be delicious. We came from a great distance because everyone we heard from said the food is great at Ratatouille.
I heard that some of the voices from 4Kids in there, which means you'll probably hear people like Eggman in the movies. You might hear other characters, like the voice actor for Meowth from Pokemon, but I don't really care.
Hey guys, do you know that the party at table 4 has changed his order again?
Yeah, sure. Just like when you were fighting Polaris. No one could beat you either.
Overall, this is one of the worst companies in existence. Next to Microsoft, when they were making the Xbox One, and when they bought Rareware. Even people who are just starting out in making animation on the web could do way better than this company. The animation is cheap looking and lazy, their history seems rather horrible, and as an animation company, they were cynical and shameless that they deserve to be forgotten, while other companies like Disney, DreamWorks, and Pixar managed to make way better films. I would laugh in the face of anyone that says stuff like Where Did Dead Go to Die is the worst animated film. Hell, even that movie had some sort of point to exist. The film was bad in terms of its animation, sure, but it's way better than this company. And that is why I am giving this company the Arthur Martin Seal of Disgust. This seal goes to anything that is as shameless, lazy, and cynical to others and will create anything horrible and unwatchable. I highly recommend never watching these films, not even if you're curious enough about them. And that ends this episode of Arthur Reviews. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of all things Arthur Reviews, then subscribe to see more. Is there something you want me to review? Then leave a comment, and I'll take into consideration.